I was looking up on YouTube and I was just scrolling through and I saw this video which kind of struck me as odd. And the title of the video says, "Laughing my ass off. This man refuses to be a simp." Okay, a simp. Okay. So I click on the video because I want to know what it's about, right? I know what simp is, but I don't know what it is they're gonna talk about. So I play it.
Yeah, you wanna come out? No, I'm good. Yes, sir. Alright. Kaboom. Oh, what you doing after this? Yeah, you wanna come out? No, I'm good. Yes, sir. Alright.
Kaboom. So in his mind, so from what I'm getting is, he took this girl out on a date, and he wanted her to go to his house with him. She said no, and then as a way to punish her, he splits the bill instead of paying for the entire thing. And to whoever uploaded this video, this is a man refusing to be a simp. This is just a man with a lot of, I don't know, insecurities. I don't know, what would you call this? He's a beta male. As far as I'm concerned, he's a beta male. Because I don't see why, as a man, right? First off, just because she doesn't want to go home with you doesn't necessarily mean she's not into you. That's one, right? I don't know this mentality that you take a girl out, therefore she must go to your house. That's stupid. Like if she felt uncomfortable in some way, maybe there's something that you did during the date and she made her feel uncomfortable, so she doesn't want to go home with you. Maybe she's not just the type of girl that wants to go home with you. Maybe it's the first date and she's feeling a little she's feeling a little unsure. She wants to give the relationship a little bit of time before she starts going home with you, because we all know what that's gonna lead to, where she's going to your house after you take her on a date, right? And she's probably not ready for that. And as a man, I feel like I've noticed this with a lot of I think these days they call it the red pill society or MG Tao, men going their own way. To me, it's all just stupid. I mean, in this scenario, you take a girl out. If in your mind, first of all, it's what, $60, $70? You're trying to tell me that you're punishing her for her paying $35 because you're splitting the check? Like, okay. So she pays for it and she's never going to talk to you again. Okay. Big deal. Right, you don't get the girl. Okay, she paid $35 off her account. Big deal. At least she's paying that, and she knows she's never gonna have to deal with you ever again. Right? Like, what do you benefit from this? You're gonna go home and not get a girl, and not have any hope of getting her, at all. You know what I mean? Like, if you took her out and you wanted to have a, in your mind you felt maybe I don't want to split the bill. You got to tell her ahead of time, or you got to make it clear that while you come, because I'm guessing you guys talked before you went on a date. You kind of make it clear that when you go on dates, you typically split the bill because of this, that, and the third, right? That's how you want to go about your dates. But I just think you took her out. Obviously, she's expecting you to pay for everything from the way this is looking. And then you're trying to, like, one-up her by switching it on her. I think it's stupid. I think men are just not... I just think they're not being taught properly how to deal with women. Like, in this scenario, she's... Okay, you're into this girl. Right? You're into this girl. You want her to go home with you? She said no. Now it's up to you. Like, you need to think beyond the small things. Like, okay, paying for the meal. So what? Like, you need to think beyond this. You need to try and understand, okay, why is it that she doesn't want to go home with me today? Am I too forward? Like, there's so many questions to ask yourself before you think, oh, she's just using you. Because I'm guessing this guy thinks, oh, she just went on a date with him to use him. Now, I'm not saying there are girls who don't do that. There are girls who use men. Of course they are. But you can't just assume that just because she doesn't want to go home with you. That's stupid. Is this the first date? Although the video doesn't really say, doesn't give a lot of context. But is it the first date? Is it a second date? It's the fifth date? We don't know. But let's assume that it's just a date, right? If it's the first date, she don't have to go home with you. She doesn't. It's up to you to try to like, you know, woo her into wanting, into her liking you. You have to like present what you have, because let's face it, you know, women prefer men coming up to them. So as you're coming up to them, you gotta bring out your best. You know, you gotta bring out your best to get the girl. You can't bring out your worst, right? Your worst behaviors and expect her to want to be with you. Like, this isn't a good behavior. So she's definitely not gonna want to be with you after this. Like, this is stupid. I don't know the type of girl she is. Maybe it's her thing, but typically most girls aren't into this type of behavior. It's childish. Second of all, if it's a fifth date and you feel you spent so much money on her and she's just not, you know, she's not like showing any interest in wanting to be with you intimately or whatever, man, guy, you just stop talking to her, man. Like, why would you even like date her? Why would you have 5 dates? Like, for me, like, 2 dates is more than enough for me to know if she's worth pursuing like that. 2, 3 dates. Like, 3 dates is even too much for me. You know? And usually, I will make my intentions very clear on the first date. On the first date, I will make my intentions with you very clear. Like, if I want to be with you sexually, I will make that very clear. I want to be with you sexually. You know what I mean? Like, that's, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be, because then she knows what you want, right? And then when you're calling her out, she knows that, oh, there's a high chance, you know, we could get sexual, because he's been telling me that he wants to, you know, he wants to be sexual with me. So, you know, that's something that's going to be on the table already. You need to let her know. So she knows, you know, like, when she coming out, she's not going to be thinking, you know, whatever. So like I said, I don't really know all the details, but I just think it's stupid, you know. Just pay the bill, be a man, pay the bill. If that offended you, don't talk to her again. Just blank her. You know, if you need to block her, block her. I typically don't like to block people. I just stop talking to them, you know, ignore their calls if you may for a while, or block them for a while or something like that. But I usually don't like blocking people permanently. I usually try to avoid it, because, you know, you never know where you might need someone again in the future. And I don't mean like necessarily for anything sexual. I just mean need someone like, you know, she might be someone that could help you in some shape or the other. You know, it's connections. So you never know, right? You meet someone somewhere, this person could change your life, right? Anyway, that's me. But I would definitely encourage you to block the number permanently if you're the type of person that just can't deal with the person being around you. Block the person permanently. You know, do that. But yeah, like, just don't do this. This is lame. Like, this is just lame. And all this does is kind of make you feel like this is a way to like show dominance or whatever. This is no way. Like, you're not getting the girl. So, okay, she's paying her own bill. Okay. Just because she pays her bill doesn't... Oh, you think... What do you think is going to happen now? Oh, that tomorrow she's going to be afraid to pay the bill, so she'll go home with you so she doesn't pay the bill. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? Like, her body is worth $35? Is that what you're saying? Like, because she doesn't want to pay $35, right? She'll go home with you so she doesn't have to pay. Or her time, whatever. Maybe you don't have sex with her, but you're still using up her time. And you want to be with her, and maybe she's just not comfortable with it. You know? Like, it's stupid. Just pay it. Look like a good guy. Okay? Look like a mature guy that can handle a rejection. Okay? You got rejected. It happens. Be a man. Take it. Go home. Think about what you could do to approach her better. Maybe ask her why she felt uncomfortable going at home with you. You know, maybe there are different reasons. Maybe she's had bad experiences before and she just doesn't feel like going home with you today because of those bad experiences. And she's kind of trying to avoid that. Maybe try to get to know her better. Maybe she likes a certain type of guy. Maybe you're not her type. There's so many different reasons, right? And you took her on a date. I guess you don't like this attitude of hers. Okay. You know, you can talk to her and let her know that, you know, you're kind of expecting more and blah, blah, blah. You know, let her know what's on your mind. And if she says, oh, you know, I wasn't really thinking, you'd be like, okay, cool. And then you don't talk to her again. Because, you know, she doesn't want what you want, right? And you can't cooperate, but at least don't fucking do this crap. Because maybe she really liked him. Like, look at the reasoning behind this. Maybe she really liked him, right? Maybe she actually liked this guy. And now, because of this, she's like, oh, this guy is lame. Like, fuck it. I'm not going to do anything with him anymore.
Oh, what you doing after this? You want to come out?
No, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
They even did the epic.
Oh, what you do?
Anyway, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's stupid. What do you guys think about this whole red pill thing? Because I think that's what this is about. I think. I think it's silly. And I think it's, men should. I think people are getting a lot of wrong advice from men on the internet. Men are so desperate for a masculine energy these days, and they run to the wrong places, which is unfortunate. And things like this don't help. You don't get girls like this at all. Anyway, that's all I gotta say, guys. Peace, and catch you all in the next one.